Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Welcome to Get Off Your Acid TV Live.
All right.
And we're doing this even though you can probably hear that I sound horrible today. I have a little froggy in my throat, and I'm not feeling 100%. And I'm sitting next to you.
She's got an acid froggy in her
I have
throat.
an acid froggy. I think that's what it is.
So this is, by the way, Joan Pelzer,
right.
everybody, my good friend. I'm
And
Dr.
this is
Daryl
Joffrey, my good friend.
And I'm the founder of Alkaline and the Joffrey Chiropractic Wellness Center. And we're so excited to be here with you all today. And Joan felt, implored to be here with everybody to say, even know what's going on with her voice. So I want to acknowledge you for doing this, Joan. Thank you.
Am I going to give you the heebie-jeebies by sitting next to you?
Oh, I'm afraid to catch the cold. I guess that's what this is all. Good lead-in right there. This is what this is all about, everybody.
And we're even closer than we were last time.
Yeah, which is, here we are. We just had Halloween and Thanksgiving just a couple of weeks away, which is one of my favorite holidays of the year. And then we have Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's, and all of a sudden comes January 1. And what happens to everybody? Well, not everybody, but a lot of people.
Yeah.
They end up starting the new year in bed, sick.
Yeah.
And is it really like this kind of like bug that they caught? Or was it really something deeper than that? So when somebody gets sick or when somebody has a cold or a scratchy throat, first and foremost, don't worry about, catching a cold. Here we are right next to each other. I'm going to make Joan hug me at the end of this just to prove to you I'm not going to get sick, right? Because it's not about the germ, everybody, all right? Germs don't make you sick, all right? And again, I hate to be the crusher of everybody's belief systems, though we have to, because it's really about the terrain. You got to think about if you have a stagnant pond, all of a sudden you get all these mosquitoes, right? What happens? Does the pond bring the mosquitoes or does the mosquito bring the pond, right? No, it's like the pond is acidic, the pond is stagnant, and that's what brings the mosquito. Same thing if you have a big, garbage filled with trash. That's right. What's going to happen? You're going to get all these different flies. Now, you can spray and kill off the flies, but what's going to happen? They're going to come back. But why? Because you didn't clean out the trash. You got to take out the trash, everybody, and that's no different from your body. Yes, we love to do our 7-day alkaline cleanse every single season. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and right after Thanksgiving, we're going to be giving.
Excited.
We're super excited because, listen, have fun on Thanksgiving, everybody. It's probably, again,
I'm totally eating everything.
Yeah, remember, it's not about deprivation, it's about moderation, so have a good time. But right afterwards, we're going to be giving away free our 2-day detox challenge because you have to clean out the system.
And I've never done the 2-day detox yet.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So the body works the same exact way, which is we have to detox on a daily basis, not just these 2-day detoxes, these 7-day alkaline cleanses, which is important for us to do, but we have to make sure that we're doing something every single day to keep our body or the terrain as healthy as possible. Because
I tell them what I ate?
Well, maybe tell us, because that's maybe why you're feeling this way. We had Marathon Sunday the other day, and Joan had a little fun.
No, it was last week on Halloween. I did eat some candy. I will say that. I also went to a very fabulous Italian restaurant and stuffed my face with pasta and meat and everything, and I enjoyed it. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I started to not feel great the next day and then the day after that, and by Friday last week is when I almost lost my voice. And I do a weekly radio show and I almost lost my voice, and then by the weekend I lost my voice.
So that brings us to a good point, which is when you're eating something or when you decide to eat something, I guess you have to really ask yourself a question. How's this going to make me feel 2 hours after? How's this going to make me feel a day after? Is this food going to cleanse me, or is this food going to clog me? Is this food going to fuel health, or is it going to fuel cancer? Because literally, when you look at these foods, sugar, grain, artificial sweeteners, they literally fuel cancer in your body. And again, it's not about being 100% hardcore. God knows I'm not like that. Chelsea's not like that. But when you're getting your...
Excuse me. Chelsea is very much
Chelsea's
hardcore.
closer like that.
Chelsea is totally hardcore. She puts us to shame.
But here's the thing, is that when you're going to have a fun day like Thanksgiving, you need to anticipate what you're going to be doing and prepare for that. So if you plan on having some acidic foods, which most people will, don't beat yourself up over it. Enjoy the holiday, but make sure that like you're having a daily greens before that. Make sure you're having a good alkaline smoothie.
I'm doing greens right now.
Right, exactly. And make sure afterwards you're going to have some minerals. You know, you have to basically balance out the bad stuff that you're putting in with the good stuff. And the reality is that it takes 20 parts alkalinity to neutralize 1 part of acid. So that's how strong these acidic components should be.
So what does that mean, though?
So basically, if I'm having a cup of coffee, I need to drink 20 glasses of water to neutralize the acid in that 1 cup of coffee.
I did not have one today.
Or you can just simply have a glass or a scoop of daily greens, and that's 1 to 1. So it's really about being efficient. It's about knowing what to put into your body. But when things like this happen to you, it's knowing what you should have in your health cabinet, not your medicine cabinet. We don't have a medicine cabinet.
No.
We don't have medicine. All right? Our 3-year-old son, Brayden.
I don't like taking medicine, to be honest.
And listen,
unless I'm desperate.
It's there for a reason. God forbid you're going to die. You need to take an antibiotic. That's what it's there for. But, you know, that's the only time you should ever have an antibiotic. The things just trash your body. Look at penicillin. It's a fungus. I mean, these things are very dangerous and toxic for the body. All right, I'm not here to talk about antibiotics. What I'm here to talk about is what you need to do for your body when you find yourself in that state where you're not feeling good. You could have a cold, you could have a flu, and what you need to have around to make sure that you can get through this as quickly as possible.
So let's give everybody a list, because you texted me and I never got it. I'll be honest, I didn't listen and go to the store and get Manuka Honey, yesterday. But let's give everybody a list, and then we'll post this afterwards as well. We'll put this list in the notes, in the comments afterwards. Right now we're trying to pay attention because I am not feeling 100%, so I got to direct my attention. So give us a list. What do we do? Obviously, I can't speak very well. Manuka Honey, so give me the full list. Maybe not in order, but
we'll just talk about some
order.
So sore throat, scratchy throat, you have to take care of this part. I love Manuka Honey, and I'm not an advocate of the other honeys because they're too high in sugar. And you have to remember that to your body, sugar is sugar in all forms. Right? That even goes for fruit. Something like banana, most people think that, oh, this is healthy, it's got potassium, but it's 25% sugar. That's the last thing you want to have when you're not feeling well. Orange juice, fructose. I mean, again, that's the last things you guys should be giving your kids. You shouldn't give that to your kids anyway, in terms of fruit juice, just because of the amount of sugar that's in it. But again, because of that sugar, it's going to feed the bacteria, it's going to feed the viral components in the body. So if you're having a scratchy throat, I love Manuka Honey because it doesn't have as high of a glycemic index, plus it's got a very strong antibacterial property to it. So you take 1 teaspoon a couple times a day, just kind of let it slowly go down your throat, and what you'll find is that it's going to coat your throat. It's going to get rid of that scratchy or that burny feeling there, and the antibacterial properties are going to make it heal a lot quicker.
Okay, and what is Manuka Honey?
Manuka comes from the Manuka tree, and basically it's
from... a little different.
Yeah, I mean, mostly sourced from New Zealand, and I love it. It's just a great product. It's a little bit more expensive, you'll find. I mean, you're going to get like a canister between $20 and $40, but you'll notice it's a lot darker, it's a lot richer, and it's going to last a long time. You don't need a lot.
Right away.
Yeah, less is more when it comes to this, everybody. So you do not need a lot of it. And you'll see like a number on it. It'll say 15 or 20 or 25. The higher the number, the more potent, the more powerful the Manuka Honey is.
Good to know.
Okay? So let's move on to something like a cold, all right? So a cold is viral. It's the rhinovirus. So the last thing you ever want to have for that, is an antibiotic. Why? Because antibiotics work on bacterial, not on viral. So again, when someone has a cold, I like to use colloidal silver, specifically bioactive silver hydrosol. That's the active ingredient. It's the only kind of silver I have. A good friend of mine, Dr. Robert Scott Bell, he actually wrote the chapter about colloidal silver in the book that's coming out.
Oh,
yes, I wrote my book is coming out in January. Get off your acid. Just finished this, so I'm super excited about that. But Dr. Robert Scott Bell is the foremost authority in the world on this topic, and he really just gave us these cutting-edge protocols to use this silver. But in terms of having a cold, it works phenomenal because it's antibacterial, it's antiviral, it's antifungal, and it's an immunomodulator, which means when you put the spray in your mouth, it's going to kill on demand. So if we're traveling on a plane, I always like to give myself 10 or 15 squirts. Even though I'm feeling great, the plane, there's a lot of stagnant air around you, a lot of people that are sick. You just want to give yourself every opportunity to be as healthy as possible. So if you have a cold, what I would do is take 15 sprays in the mouth, squish it around for 30 seconds because you have a lot of vascularity in the mouth, and when you squish it around the mouth, what's going to happen is it's going to get increased absorption. So you do 15 sprays, squish it for 30 seconds, then you swallow. You do that 2 to 3 times a day. Okay?
I'm going to start this today.
So that's great. If you're having any yeast issues, yeast infections, this is a protocol from Dr. Robert Scott Bell. He says take 1 to 1. So you would take a teaspoon of the colloidal silver, which is, again, bioactive silver hydrosol. And the specific company that he loves, which has this ingredient, is Sovereign Silver. Or its sister company, Argentin 23. So those are the 2 brands. You can find them on Amazon that we like. But what you do is you take a teaspoon of the silver with a teaspoon of aloe vera liquid, and what happens is that bypasses the stomach. And okay, here we are with flu season.
Oh God, no.
All right, just so you know, I don't believe in flu season. I think there's no such thing as flu season. The only season that I believe is being healthy, energetic, and full of life. So if you take care of yourself and you're living in balance, these things shouldn't happen. But if you do start getting these flu symptoms, there's a product called Elderberry Syrup or Elderberry Root.
I've heard of this.
It's amazing. Again, antibacterial, antiviral, which is what the flu is, and has a million other good effects in the body. Kids will love it. It doesn't have a bad taste. It's a little syrup, so they'll like to drink that too when they're not feeling well. But what I love about the Elderberry Syrup is research shows it's 3 times more powerful than Tamiflu, which is the drug that they actually use to treat the flu.
That.
No, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So 3 times more effective, everybody, at treating the flu than that. So what you do is you take a teaspoon 3 times a day. You do it throughout the entire time you're not feeling well. And again, it's going to speed up the healing process.
You told me this when my dad was sick last winter.
Yeah.
And they went to the health food store and it was sold out.
Yeah.
It must go quickly.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, it's all about anticipation. So this time of year, here we are in New York City. I mean, it feels like winter today. It's very cold.
It's very cold today.
So you have to just realize that it's all about getting the immune system as strong as possible. So we don't get the amount of vitamin D that we need because we're not in sun. There is no sun.
And we're sunscreening. Does that?
Yeah, I don't recommend sunscreening at all. I mean, again, I'm not going to get into that specifically right now, but the research out there shows that there's a lot of problems with most of these sunscreens. So again, being in the sun in moderation is the key. 20, 30 minutes a day in high noon, 1 o'clock. That's really what you need as far as sun to get the D that you need. So if I'm in Florida, yes, I'm going to have a lot more chances of getting the vitamin D that I need. But here we are in New York City where we're not getting that. So I would recommend that the average adult supplements with about 5,000 IUs, which is international units of vitamin D3. And again, these are just general recommendations, everybody. Please, you got to check with your specific healthcare provider or your doctor so that they can really come up with a protocol that's unique for you. But the average adult, I would say, needs about 5,000 IUs of D3. And what the research is showing now is that that is why people are getting sick, the flu. It's a deficiency of this critical vitamin that basically is responsible for over 1,000 different types of reactions in the body.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, so up the vitamin D. And then lastly, you got to alkalize your body. Right? The more alkaline you keep your body, the healthier these foods you have, your body is going to be resistant. You got to hydrate. 3 to 4 liters of water. I always say the solution to pollution is dilution.
I've heard you say that.
So again, it's about good quality of water. We have an ionizer at home, which is from this great company called Synergy Science, Echo H2 Water. My good friend Paul Bartiero has this amazing ionizer and filter. It also gives you something called molecular hydrogen, which is the most powerful antioxidant that you can have. So antioxidants are very, very effective when you're not feeling well. Vitamin C, glutathione, but molecular hydrogen has been shown to be the most powerful because if you look at like the periodic table, remember that? Going back to like second grade, what's the smallest element? Hydrogen, H. All right, so because
I didn't remember that.
All right, so because
thank God he does.
So because it's so small, it can get to anywhere in your body within 30 seconds. It even crosses the blood-brain barrier. So anyone dealing with cognitive issues, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, right? This is very effective at helping those because it actually stimulates those brain centers. The hypothalamus, the hippocampus. It's anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. So there's so many benefits to molecular hydrogen, and this is something that my wife and I use on a daily basis. It's dissolved in water. You know, they have an amazing filtration system, but they also have little tablets, little drops that you can put in your water. So there's different ways that you can get this in.
Is that the same as doing pH drops?
No, it's way different. It's way different. Yeah, pH drops just basically increase the pH 1 or 2 levels. But it's way, way different than having hydrogen or even having minerals like this. Because, yes, it's important, I think, to have high alkaline water. I think it's only going to benefit the body. But the real benefit of your water is having minerals, because minerals is really what neutralizes the toxins in the body.
Okay.
So anytime, this is something that you and I use every single day.
Every single day. I do this like 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah, so this is our daily minerals, and then this is our daily greens. The daily greens, we do in the morning. I mean, this is a phenomenal immune booster. And you look at the ingredients here, there's 27 of your most alkalizing ingredients, 8 different sprouts. There's turmeric. I mean, there's wheatgrass, which is the most powerful food on the planet. And you look at wheatgrass alone, if you look at all the minerals in soil, there's 102 minerals. How many minerals are in wheatgrass? 102. I mean, it's just pure chlorophyll. All right, and chlorophyll is a blood cleanser. It's a blood purifier. So if you want to get these toxins out of the body, which is what's happening to you right now, you have to cleanse your blood. You have to purify your blood.
So more greens.
Yeah, so I would literally double scoop every time you do it. I would do 3 scoops, 4 scoops a day when you're feeling like this.
This is number 2, so I'll have to do 4 more.
Yeah, well, you're off to a good start, but maintenance dosing is at least once a day. Okay. It's like I wake up in the morning, I start my day with greens, I finish with the minerals. That's kind of at the maintenance level, but when you're feeling like this, you want to just up this as much as possible, because it's all about boosting the immune system.
And eating more healthy foods and not doing the bad things like I was doing last week, which I know and I knew probably at the time that I would feel icky afterwards. Well, and obviously I do.
Well, what fuels not feeling well? What fuels bacteria? Sugar.
Yep.
All right, it's the most acidic food on the planet.
Yep.
Grains. A lot of people don't realize that grains are heavily toxic. They actually spike your insulin levels more than sugar does. Yep. And the gluten. All right, not to mention, everybody, grains, they're mostly stored for God how knows long, 6 months, a year. Mm-hmm. So they literally have a tendency to get impregnated or contaminated with fungal mycotoxins, which is very, very dangerous.
Does not sound good.
No. So what that means in English is that your grains become poison. And it's really something that we have to avoid. So I say all grains should be avoided, especially fermented grains. Things like kefir, alcohol, right? The fermented grains are the ones you got to be really, really,
Well, I am very excited that we did this today, and thank you.
My pleasure.
For being here with me and letting me sit next to you and touch you.
All right, let's hug it out just to show we are not going to get sick, everybody.
We are not going to get sick. I'm not coughing.
Remember,
on you.
the trash, all right? It's all about taking out the trash.
Yep.
All right? The flies are there because the trash is there. So if we clean out the trash, no room for flies, everybody.
Well, and I want to definitely talk about next week more about this 2-day detox, because I'm very excited about this, and it's going to come up soon. You're doing
we're giving it away for free, everybody.
Giving it away for free. I am an alkaline warrior.
You are.
I became one, and I want other people to feel the way I do. I know my assistant is doing it right now too.
Yep.
She's so excited.
Yep.
So thank you.
And everybody, all the health tips I went over today, plus a little bit more just in the essence of time today. We will post all those on our Facebook page today.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about any specific things that you may be going through at home, any specific health remedies that you're looking for instead of the classic ways that most people treat things, please post on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to tell what we use in our health cabinet. There's a lot of other things that we use as well. We focused on the main ones today.
I'll be monitoring as well. And now it's time for my adjustment. So
all
we're going to have to
right.
go because I need to get adjusted. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye,
We'll see everybody
everybody.
next week, everybody. Take
all right,
care.
Bye.